Hey everyone, welcome to our channel. If you are new here, please consider subscribing to our channel, liking our videos, and clicking that little bell notification below. In this video, we are going to talk about things only Sigma males do. They prefer to celebrate their birthdays quietly. To some, this may seem like a minor annoyance, but to Sigmas, it is yet another instance of people acting overly sincere and cheesy. When a restaurant staff sings happy birthday to you, it can feel like an invasion of their personal space. Sigma men don't necessarily have anything against birthdays or celebrations. They just don't care for cheesy gestures and living life to the expectations of others. They don't like being put on a pedestal or showered with attention, and they really dislike anything overly sentimental or sappy. They prefer to celebrate their birthdays quietly and without fanfare, focusing on what matters most to them, such as spending time with loved ones or indulging in their favorite foods. They value authenticity and honesty and detest anything that seems forced or contrived. They are more concerned with tangible results and getting things done. While the majority of people might find it humorous or pleasant, Sigma male merely sees it as another instance of needless indulgence. 2. They are able to reply to lengthy texts with just okay for Sigma males. Texting is all about efficiency, whether it's a quick reply to an important message or just a simple confirmation of something. Sigma males frequently keep their texts brief and sweet. This may be because they prefer to live in the moment or because they don't want to waste time on pointless details. But whatever the reason, Sigma males have a knack for getting to the point and keeping their communications on point. 3. They keep secrets even from those closest to them. In the end, Sigma males are their own best friends. They are so reclusive that they can't even confide in their own computer or diary. As a result, they frequently keep secrets from those closest to them. At least that is how it seems on the surface. In reality, Sigma males have complicated relationships and strong bonds with their loved ones. They just prefer to maintain some distance and privacy. Despite the fact that sometimes this can make them seem distant or even unreliable, it ultimately stems from a place of deep respect. Even though they don't always display it or communicate it outwardly, Sigma males appreciate their relationships tremendously and are incredibly loyal. 4. They only use the most basic emojis. Sigma guys typically don't use emojis, but when they do, they tend to stick with the simpler, more straightforward emojis. Unlike some people who use hundreds of emoticons in each conversation or publish an extensive collection of stickers on social media, emojis are merely another way to communicate succinctly and effectively. Whether it's a happy face, an eye roll, or even just a traditional thumbs up, Sigma males prefer to keep things simple. The simplest emojis can be some of the most potent, as Sigma guys are aware. Emojis are often thought of as a method to express tone or emotion, but for Sigmas, they're just another communication tool in their arsenal. 5. They most likely won't disclose a job interview to anyone. When it comes to a job interview, Sigma men prefer to keep things quiet and under wraps. They don't want anyone asking them questions about their resume or giving them advice or guidance because they know they can handle the interview on their own, and they don't want people asking them too many questions about the job. This is because Sigma men are fiercely independent and hate relying on others for anything. This often means they do things alone without any help or support from the people around them. Or in a particular capacity, for them, independence and adhering to their at the end of the day, Sigma males just want to do things on their own terms without worrying about what other people think. So if they have a job interview, they probably won't let anyone know about it because they would rather concentrate on preparing for the big day without any outside distractions or unnecessary pressure. 6. There is something about driving aimlessly that Sigma guys find comfortable. There is no destination. They regard getting lost and driving about for hours relaxing. For Sigma guys, having no agenda and no one to answer to allows them to travel anywhere they choose, whenever they please. But other people may find it strange or pointless to spend time getting lost and driving around. Men who identify as Sigma perceive it as a chance to relax and decompress from the stress of daily life. They view driving as a type of meditation and a method to cleanse their brains. It's a method for them to get their minds off their illness to interact with the world around them in a variety of ways. Take a cue from the Sigma men and go for a drive the next time you're feeling stressed. You might find that it's the ideal way to recharge, obtain fresh views, and reconnect with themselves. 7. They may say they have plans when they're really simply relaxing at home. Another odd habit of every Sigma man is declining invitations by saying he has plans when in fact he just wants to be by himself and unwind. At every Sigma eventually learns that it's simpler to pretend they have plans with others than to explain why they enjoy being alone themselves more than they do participating in social activities. This realization is directly related to the way a Sigma's brain functions. When they choose to be, Sigma guys can be socially gregarious individuals, but ultimately Sigma men may claim that they already have plans when others invite them to an evening or weekend activity in order to avoid going out. Of course, this doesn't mean they are antisocial or never enjoy socializing with others. They simply value having the flexibility and freedom to decide how they want to spend their time. They have an incredibly strong sense of self, control, and discipline, which makes them extremely calm and collected in most situations. They really don't mind waiting in long lines at restaurants or drive-thrus, whether they're ordering food or just getting gas for their car. If you've ever tried to order food from a drive-thru with a Sigma meal, then you know just how patient they are when it comes to ordering. 9. They find it offensive when someone inquires about them personally in front of others. Sigma males are fiercely independent, private, and frequently prefer to keep their personal lives private. They don't like sharing too much about themselves or opening up to others, especially in front of a group or audience. So when someone begins asking personal questions in front of a crowd, it can be uncomfortable. Often, Sigma males avoid these kinds of situations because they don't want to be put on the spot and will always try to change the subject or deflect the question. They may even try to make a joke about it to put everyone at ease. That's it for today. We hope you found our video interesting. Please give us a feedback about today's topic and leave a comment if you are interested covering a specific topic. Also, if you haven't already, please consider subscribing to our channel. Don't forget to turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any of our new uploads. In the end, thanks for watching and see you next time.